This is CM Sportsnet, brought to you by Carroll Lynx.
Westminster Owls performed well on the field this year, including some playoff games. Let's take a look at some of their regular season highlights.
Westminster Owls take on the Glenelg Gladiators. After the Owls defense comes up big, Jalen Bradford leads them on a drive. He hands the ball to Ben Flowers, who races downfield, but has the ball ripped out of his hands for a fumble. Glenelg's Mason Davis connects with Alex Dalton to make the score 7-0. Bradford hands the ball off to Stranko, who stays on his feet and runs the ball into the end zone. The Owls defense comes up big as they block the Gladiators' field goal attempt. Mattingly runs 15 yards into the end zone for the touchdown, 23-21 Glenelg. The Owls defense has been unable to stop the Gladiators' run game as Kyle Dry runs an incredible 88-yard touchdown. The Owls refuse to give in as Stranko runs in another touchdown to bring them within 2 points. On a 2-point conversion attempt, Bradford drops back for the pass and connects to teammate number 18, tying the score. With 42 seconds left in the game, Bradford once again hands the ball off to Stranko, who scores the go-ahead touchdown. The Owls were down by 2 possessions in this game as they come back from behind to beat Glenelg 36-29 at Ruby Field in Westminster. The keys to the city were on the line as Winters Mill Falcons faced Westminster Owls. It starts off rocky for the Owls as Nate Mattingly fumbles a handoff. Falcons defensive lineman number 2 is there to recover the fumble. The Falcons get some offense going of their own as quarterback number 11 drops back to pass to Cam Vogel, who makes a leaping catch in the corner of the end zone, 14-7 Westminster. Owls quarterback passes to a wide-open Bainbridge, who runs for an 80-yard touchdown. The Falcons run up the middle, fumble the ball, and the Owls are there to recover it. This is the 3rd turnover for the Owls defense tonight. The Owls kicker, Evan Warren, lines up for a 39-yard field goal and kicks the ball right through the uprights, 24-7 Westminster. The Falcons are still trying to generate some offense as number 11 drops back to pass, but he passes right to the Owl defensive back, 21, for the interception. Mattingly on the 1-yard line rushes into the end zone for another Owls touchdown, 30-7 Westminster. The Owls defense played a key role in this game, ending with a score of 45-14 Westminster.
Here with some insights into the Owls' success this year's Westminster defensive line coach, Marlon Jordan. Marlon, thanks for joining us today. I know Coach Bachelor's a little under the weather and couldn't make it, but we appreciate you coming in and tell us about your season, success you had up there at Westminster.
Thank you. We had a pretty good season this year. I think we definitely overachieved this year. We had a great bunch of guys. Coach Bachelor's first year coming down from McDaniels to coach with us. We started out the season kind of rocky with our first 2 games with losses. And then after that, we started to gain momentum and our team started to come together. We had a young team, so it took a little time to figure some things out. But by that 3rd game, I think we figured some things out on offense and defense. And then we got rolling. We ran off 7 games in a row to finish out the season. We had a bunch of big games. We had to win games all type of ways this year. So it was definitely something that we rolled on, that momentum going into the playoffs. And everything turned out well. We had a bunch of guys make all-county teams. And for Coach Bachelor's first year, I think things went well. We got a lot of discipline back in the program. I think our preparation this year was a lot better than it was last year. Things kind of fell off a little bit last year, but I think we got everything back on track this year.
Marlon, I got a chance to see just about all your games this year. You seem to really get it rolling against Century, Man Valley, and Liberty. What do you attribute to that? What really brought that about?
Those were big games for us. Man Valley moved over to the east with us this year, and they came from when we were over in the Frederick region. So when we played them, they were on the winning streak. They had won 4 games in a row. They were feeling good. They were the number 2, 3 team in our region, and we were number 6 at that time. So they definitely felt we had put it to them the last 2 years. So I think they definitely wanted some revenge when they came in to play us. And they were pretty pumped up, and that was a game we circled on the calendar because we knew that would be big implications as far as the region was concerned, and also with the county because we had aspirations of being county champions again. Sure. So when they came in, they put up a pretty good fight at the beginning, but we were ready. We had planned. We had a good week of preparation, and by the time we hit the field, we were ready to play. And when we came on the field, we showed we were ready, winning that game 40-0, if I'm not mistaken. And that was a good building game because that was our second game in county and playing against a team that was leading the county. That definitely held big for us. So once we got that win, things got rolling, and then we played Century. And at the time we played Century, they were on a 4-game winning streak, I believe. And they have a good program, good coaches over there, good kids. They put up good competition against us. Their running back was pretty good. The week before, he had put up 200-some-odd yards. So we definitely focused our defense, especially our defensive line, on stopping him, and we thought that would be the key to winning that game. And we came out and we did pretty good against them. And our offense got rolling, and we rolled over that game, and that was another big game for us as far as the county was concerned. And then the game against Liberty, that holds dear to my heart because I coached at Liberty for 6 years. So going into Liberty the last 3 years, we've played them for the county championship. And so going in there with our quarterback, our backup quarterback, going over there being their starting quarterback, it made a pretty good rivalry for us over the last couple of years. And that was a big game that helped us to win the county championship and kind of propelled us going into the playoffs.
Wonderful.
Well, Marlon, thanks for stopping by, for giving us a glimpse into your football program. Hey, and good luck next season.
Thank you.
All right? The Westminster Owls weren't the only Carroll County team who did well this season. Here with a league review is Megan Woodward from the Carroll County Times.
Carroll County had 5 football teams play in the postseason this fall, and 2 made it as far as the state quarterfinals. Liberty senior quarterback Nate Kent, this year's Times Player of the Year, helped lead the Lions to an 8-4 record and 2 playoff wins in a season for the first time in program history. Liberty reached the 2A Final 8 before losing to Elkton. Westminster went 6-0 in county play and advanced to the 3A quarterfinals. The Owls, led by all-county dual threat Eric Stranko, defeated Long Reach and Marriott's Ridge before falling to Mervo in the quarterfinals. The Owls defeated Liberty 34-31 in an overtime thriller for the county title in Week 8. Century pulled out county wins against Francis Scott Key, Manchester Valley, South Carroll, and Winters Mill, but lost in the first round of the 2A West playoffs. The Knights, led by all-county running back Landon Bruce, finished the year at 6-4. Francis Scott Key had an up-and-down regular season, but qualified for the 1A North playoffs and finished at 3-7. Man Valley earned a playoff spot for the first time since 2015, and all-county running back Nathaniel Costley helped lead the Mavericks to a 6-5 record that included a playoff win over Hammond. South Carroll lost 8 straight games before defeating county foe FSK in the final game of the regular season. Winters Mill posted county wins over Francis Scott Key and South Carroll. The Falcons finished at 4-5.
Thanks, Megan. After the break, we'll sit down with Michael Duffy, Supervisor of Athletics for Carroll County Public Schools, to hear about the impact of restructuring has had on local teams, plus a report on the 2019 high school golf season. It's all coming up when CM SportsNet returns.